that she couldn't mix together because it would cause the end of her, and that's what she did. Mom was really bipolar, and so sometimes she'd be really cool with things, and then sometimes she really wouldn't be cool with it, and you never really knew when she was and when she wasn't going to be. Also, this is something that we didn't know then, and this is why I'm always telling people to speak up and talk about the things that you go through and you face. My mom was messing around with drugs and stuff. We didn't know that a lot of the stuff that she was doing was because of her bipolar. It actually wasn't because of the drugs. So I'm pretty sure that it was really frustrating for her to know that she wasn't doing these things, but she was being accused of these things, and we actually didn't know because we weren't educated enough about bipolar to know that there was a psychosis part. My mom would do really crazy things like, hey, I need to make sure you put margaritas around the apartment because if you don't, those teachers are going to get mad about the G.I. Joes. Put makeup like on half of her face, and then she'd walk around with her hand over her face and shit was on inside out. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? I have to go to work, I have a meeting, it's like 4 a.m. And she would stay up for days too. If she would stay up for days, obviously I couldn't sleep, or if I had to sleep, I would just lay in front of her door so that if she did come out of her room, I would wake up. And then I wouldn't go to school, and then if I wouldn't go to school, I would get in more trouble and been like JDC, or eventually they did put me in foster care. I think the first time I remember my mom trying to delete herself, I think it was like 15 or something, ended up in the psych ward. That was the first time I ever had to go see her in the psych ward, and that was really weird. I brought her gum and flowers, and she couldn't even chew gum because she had dentures. One time she went to the neighbor's house downstairs in the apartment, he was handicapped by the way, went to his apartment, asked him for rubber bands, he said he didn't have any, and she said, oh, this dude took his money off of his counter, put it inside of a flower pot, went outside, and the manager found her outside in the dirt just in a t-shirt. Because I was in the system, if I pissed her off, she would snitch me out. I wouldn't quit smoking. All of this stuff was a huge strain on my parents' marriage, obviously. It got to the point where they were going to get a divorce. Mom was pretty upset, and she moved out into a shelter. A lot of people don't even know these things. I'm just telling it now. But I was there. Me and Lisa. We were there. Nobody else. So after their marriage and everything got bad enough and I kept getting in trouble with the system because they told me that if I didn't go to treatment, they were going to put me on home on the range and I'd have to go there till I was 21. Mom was like, okay, well, you just go here and then I'm going to get myself together and we'll go move to Colorado and we're going to live with Terry and everything's going to be great. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so we went to treatment. She dropped me off and I was like, okay, promise me you're not going to do anything stupid. And she said, I won't, Annie B. I promise. I knew when she looked at me and I looked at her, in that moment, I was like, fuck, she's going to do it. I just knew it. And she just said something because maybe if I would have said something, somebody would have been able to do something to stop her, but I didn't, and she did it. 2 weeks later, my dad came and told me that I no longer have a mom. Instead of planning my 18th birthday, I went home and I helped my dad write my mom's obituary and pick out what she was going to wear at her funeral. And then on my 18th birthday, my probation officer, my treatment counselor, my therapist, and my foster mom, but she's not included with the bad people because she was really, really good to me. She still is to this day, and I love my foster parents to death. My foster mom made me my favorite cake that my mom used to always make. Took me out to my favorite restaurant, and then they told me, we think that you've been through enough, so we're just going to let you off of everything. Cool, because now I have nobody. Now I really have nobody. Great. And I left. The system's really fucked up. They were so concerned about making sure that I was going to get in trouble that they didn't even try to help us. My mom had a seizure one time. I left school, brought her to the hospital.